Hello, it is Vickie and Miss Kristin, the Sleepless Astrologers, and love is in the air. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Love, not just what sign goes best with what sign, but like your Venus and your Mars and what makes you compatible. And Miss Kristin, take it away.
I think the number one thing that people come to astrologers for is relationship advice. Well, unfortunately, most people come when things go bad.
Agreed.
They are upset and they want to know why things aren't working.
He doesn't want them.
Yeah, or like, how do I attract them? It's unfortunate because you can do so much more with astrology in a relationship chart. I think that when you look at your chart compared to somebody else's, you can see where the tensions are, see where the issues are. And then a good astrologer would be able to help you like look at, this is the issue, and how can you, since you know that the issue is there, you've got a name to it, you can then actually go ahead and work with it a little bit more, right? I think that's what the biggest benefit of having like a synastry chart is, when you compare one chart to another and their relationship. And Vickie and I are both relationship astrologers. Like that's one of our, I think that's one of our.
We've been doing it for a long.
Right. I mean, that's kind of why we got into it.
Yeah.
You know, there's boys, right? But a lot of times people come together for.
I've done a couple counseling sessions since we started this endeavor.
Yeah.
With both parties in the room, and tried to find solutions to their problems together. And it actually seemed to work. Like I had success with a couple of couples.
I think when you know what the issue is and you can name it, it makes such a difference in being able to fix it. If your partner sees love as touch and you see it as gifts, they're going to touch you and you're going to be like, just give me a gift, you know? And if you're giving them gifts and they want touch, they're not going to feel love, even though you're expressing love in the way that you know how to do it. Does this make sense to you, Vickie? I'm like trying to.
It does make sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's essentially, astrology does the exact same thing, right? If we can look at a chart and we can say your Cancer sun and your Venus is in Gemini, you want security and you want intellectual stimulation. Your partner might have a different Venus in, Virgo or something, and they want routine and order, and they want some caretaking. And so when you know that about like your partner, how they experience love and how they find attraction, then you can actually adjust yourself and your expectations, because the expectations are the biggest problem in a relationship usually, right? It's communication, and like you expect things differently than they do. So having the like language to know that when they're doing this or that, this is how they're expressing themselves to you. So anyway, that's a way we can look at a chart and help couples to really understand each other and then work better with the energy that they have. And simply stated, like so many people come together for attraction, right? There's the romance and passion stage of love, and then there's love and compassion, right? So you get together because it's like a biological need. We're supposed to procreate, and romance and all that gets us to do that. But then once you move past that stage in a relationship, attraction isn't the key component. Then a lot of people struggle because the outlook on life might be completely different than what your outlook is. So I would say that like looking at your sun sign is huge in astrology in relationships. Astrology for relationships, sun signs is very important. And many astrologers will say to you that not important, your Venus and your Mars and your moon are more important. And I totally disagree. I think that your basic energy flow, if it's not compatible, it's going to cause all sorts of issues down the road. Also, your rising sign is super important because it's how you go out your day. It's the little things that really piss you off in a relationship, right? Like how loud they chew, or if they clean off the bathroom sink. Those are rising sign issues, right? So if your rising signs are completely at odds, that causes all sorts of things. Like you might love each other, you might be attracted to each other, but if every single day the way they chew pisses you off, it's not going to last, or it's going to be miserable, right?
Right.
So those are things that we can look for in a chart and help you work through. And if they can't be worked through, help you at least understand why it's not working.
And I just wanted to chime in that there's a lot of people that I don't know about if you get this kind of question a lot, but like, when am I going to meet the one?
Oh yeah. Especially young people.
Yeah. When am I getting married? Does this guy like me? Does this girl like me? I've been alone for Valentine's Day for 23 years. Like, when is it my turn? When am I going to meet this person? And astrology can help, first of all, tell you if you're looking for the wrong kind of person, what you could be doing to help yourself find that right person. With transits, like if love is even close by, if there's a potential mate with their, like with Kristin is saying, like with their chart, is it even compatible and worth like looking into? It's definitely stuff to investigate. You should do your due diligence. Like, I don't know if you watch my videos with Allie Hardesty, but I'm always telling her, do your homework, because she just is like, you're hot, I'm on it. No, if there's more to it. Otherwise, you may be signing up for more than you realize, and you're going to get somebody that you don't expect. So, and if there's progress charts, if you want to know more details about when you're going to meet someone, and true love and soulmate and all sorts of stuff we can talk about in a session. If you are so inclined to sign up with a session with Miss Kristin or myself, we are both happy to help you answer your love questions.
Well, I think also when you look at somebody's natal chart, you can look at like where they're supposed to focus. I think that every human wants love. I think that's a pretty universal thing. And most people do connect and get married. Most people, the majority of people do. So like a lot of those things are given, but like, what are you working on? Are you focused on relationships when you should be focusing on career? Are you looking at, are you attracting the same person because it's helping you work through some other issue? Are you looking at, you're only attracting the Mars energy in your chart and not your moon energy, and like why? And we can kind of like help you work through and look at like what those things mean in your chart and how you can use that energy best to move forward in your life. Like, I think that we have such a blueprint given to us through astrology.
It's like a map.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, I feel like God gave us this map and the language, and this is how we're supposed to be kind of navigating these waters of life. And there's a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it.
When I met my husband, I did that dude's chart, man. Like, I did that dude's chart hardcore, like in front of him, and like went through the whole thing. And when I was done, he's like, what just happened? I'm like, you're my husband. He's like, yeah, right. And a year later, we were married.
Well, I did my husband's chart with a group of professional astrologers, actually, and they were absolutely right on about the challenges that we would be facing throughout our marriage. And I had already decided, still use that to help us learn how to, you can definitely see when you connect with somebody, like you look at their chart and you can see that there's all these different connections and those, how important they are. So it's a great tool, I think.
Yeah.
I almost always look at people's charts compared to mine. I mean, even in regular friendships and work relationships and
work relationships, parents, siblings, friends.
I always compare charts.
Yeah.
For everything. Right, do your homework. I mean, it doesn't make me usually make different decisions. It just helps me understand how to interact with them better. So
I agree. So we can do that for you if you're so inclined. So
go to our website, thesleeplessastrologer.com. There's an online scheduling there. And also you can check out my app. It's called Scopum, and it helps you actually meet people who are compatible. It gives you a star reading when you're flipping through and you find somebody you're interested in. It'll let you know if you're a 1, 2, 3, or 4 star match, and you can kind of proceed from there. So you have compatibility and attraction at the same time.
And Scopum has an engagement on the books.
Yes, we have at least one couple who actually, they met kind of on a beta testing of our app, and they had a bunch of people who they knew each other, but they had never connected on a romantic level until they saw each other on Scopum. And they were like, oh, we're a 4-star match. And they started chatting, and now they're engaged. So yeah,
so it works, kids. It works.
It does work. It absolutely works.
Yep.
It works perfectly. Yeah.
So there you have it, right?
Okay.
So subscribe if you feel so inclined, and visit us on our website, thesleeplessastrologer.com, and come visit us for a session. Kristin and I can both help you with love and friendships and work relationships and
every relationship, every interaction,
whatever you need. We got your back. Everyone, we just wanted to mention to you that if you are interested in having a synastry reading of any kind, love, friendship, whatever, that Miss Kristin and I are offering you 25% off an hour reading of synastry charts. You need to have your exact birth time. You don't need to have the exact birth time of your partner or whoever else you're comparing your chart to. Like I said, give yourself an hour. We're going to give you 25% off with coupon code Synastry when you are scheduling yourself. And like I said, either Miss Kristin and I are happy to help you.
We're going to post the code in the description so that you can know how to spell it, because that's a hard word.
It is for me.
Yeah, for everybody. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, you guys.